Hey, Vikings faithful. SKOL Nation, are you fired up? It's July 2025, and the TCO Performance Center in Eagan is buzzing with energy as our Minnesota Vikings kick off training camp. Saturday was a scorcher, but the heat didn't stop thousands of you from packing the bleachers to witness the future of this franchise unfold. And let me tell you, our boy McCarthy just gave us a glimpse of why he's the cornerstone of this team. Ready for the latest Vikings news? Buckle up, because this camp update is loaded with jaw-dropping moments that'll have you chanting SKOL. What's got you most excited about this season? Drop it in the comments. We're diving into the heart of training camp, and the big story is our 22-year-old quarterback, McCarthy, who lit up the field on day 4. Picture this. A sun-soaked afternoon, fans roaring, and McCarthy uncorking a 60-yard touchdown bomb to Jordan Addison. The crowd lost it, and JJ was out there celebrating like he already owns US Bank Stadium. That deep ball was a thing of beauty, hitting Addison in stride against the second-team defense. It wasn't just a highlight, it was a statement. Can McCarthy keep this momentum going when the pads come on Monday? Let's talk about it. But it wasn't all perfect for our young QB. He had a few misses, including a deep shot to Jalen Nailor that Byron Murphy Jr. swatted away with some elite coverage. McCarthy's still learning to navigate Brian Flores' tricky defense, and there were moments where he might have been sacked before finding his read. Still, no interceptions, confident huddle command, and that electric arm talent? That's the kind of progress that makes Vikings fans dream of a deep playoff run. What do you think JJ needs to work on most? Hit the comments and let's debate. Let's talk about that deep ball magic from McCarthy, because it's got SKOL Nation buzzing. Early in practice, he took advantage of a free play when the defense jumped offside. With nothing to lose, he aired out a 55-yard pass to Jalen Nailor, perfectly placed but broken up by a stellar play from Byron Murphy Jr. that didn't faze JJ. Though later, he connected with Addison for that 60-yard touchdown that had the TCO Performance Center shaking. Moments like these show why the Vikings are all in on this kid. Can he keep delivering these daggers all season? McCarthy's precision wasn't just about the long ball. In a 7-on-7 red zone drill, he went 3 for 5, tossing 3 touchdowns that had fans on their feet. First, he hit Aaron Jones in the flat for a score, sparking a SKOL chant led by Jones himself. Then, after a miss to Nailor, he found him again on the left sideline for another TD. The capper? A laser to TJ Hawkinson in the end zone. That's the kind of versatility that makes this offense dangerous. Which receiver do you think will be McCarthy's go-to target this year? The best part? McCarthy's showing he's more than just a cannon arm. He's been working on his touch, layering passes over the defense with finesse. One throw to Nailor on the sideline was a thing of beauty, floating perfectly over the first level. Another anticipatory pass to Hawkinson over the middle showed his growth as a QB who can vary his throws. Sure, he's not perfect yet, but this is the kind of day that makes you believe he's the real deal. What's your bold prediction for JJ this season? Let's hear it. Now, let's give a massive SKOL to Jonathan Greenid, who's looking like an absolute beast out there. This guy's coming off a Pro Bowl season with 12 sacks, 80 pressures, 18 tackles for loss, and 4 forced fumbles, and he's not slowing down. On Saturday, I counted at least 2 would-be sacks and 2 TFLs against the run. One sequence was straight-up dominant. He set the edge to stop a run, then exploded into the backfield for a sack on the very next play. Is Greenid the key to our defense being the NFL's best in 2025? Greenid wasn't just bullying the second-team offense. He was giving the starters fits, too, even without Christian Darrisaw out there. The additions of Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave in the middle are opening up lanes for Greenid and Andrew Van Ginkel to wreak havoc. This defensive line is stacked, and with Brian Flores pulling the strings, it's looking like a nightmare for opposing QBs. How many sacks do you think Greenid can rack up this year? Drop your guess below. It's not just about the stats with Greenid. His energy, his relentlessness. It's contagious. You can see it in how he's setting the tone for this defense, even in practice. With guys like Dallas Turner and Van Ginkel alongside him, this front 7 could be the backbone of a championship-caliber unit. Vikings fans, are you as hyped about this D-line as I am? Let's talk about who's going to lead this team in sacks. The receiver room is getting spicy, especially with Justin Jefferson sidelined by a mild hamstring strain. Without JJ, the Vikings are testing out their WR3 options alongside Jordan Addison and Jalen Nailor. Enter Lucky Jackson, a practice squad guy who's been turning heads in his third year with the team. On Saturday, he got the bulk of first-team reps at WR3 and made the most of it, hauling in a 20-yard chunk play from McCarthy in a late move-the-ball period. Could Jackson be a dark horse to make the 53-man roster? Jackson's not a household name, but his performance showed he's ready to compete. He's got the size and hands to be a reliable depth option, and with the Vikings' offense needing playmakers, he's making a case. The WR3 battle is wide open. Guys like Ty Felton and Tim Jones are in the mix, too. Who do you think steps up as the Vikings' third receiver this season? Let's get that debate going in the comments. With Jefferson expected back soon, this offense could be unstoppable. But days like Saturday show the depth Minnesota's building. Lucky Jackson's emergence is a reminder that this roster is loaded with talent waiting to break out. SKOL Nation, who's your sleeper pick to make a big impact this year? Share your thoughts and let's see who's got the best eye for talent. Big news out of Egan. Josh Metellus is staying in purple. The Vikings locked up their versatile safety with a 3-year, $36 million extension, including $25 million guaranteed, keeping him through 2028. Metellus, a 2026 round pick, celebrated at the podium, saying, "I'm here, baby. This is home. I want to finish my career here." Vikings fans, are you pumped to see our defensive captain locked in for the long haul? Metellus has been a Swiss Army knife for Brian Flores' defense, lining up at 7 different positions in a single game last season. With 103 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 5 passes defensed in 2024, he's a cornerstone of this unit. His leadership as a team captain and his ability to cover everyone from Christian McCaffrey to elite tight ends make him invaluable. How big of a deal is this extension for the Vikings defense? Let's hear your take. Unfortunately, Metellus missed Saturday's practice with a mild ankle injury, but he's expected back Monday when pads come on. In his absence, Theo Jackson and Jay Ward stepped up as starting safeties alongside Harrison Smith. With Cam Bynum gone, Metellus might slide into a full-time safety role or keep being the ultimate chess piece. What role do you want to see Metellus play in 2025? Drop it below. Let's talk about Sam Howell, because the backup QB battle is heating up. Howell's had a rocky start to camp, and Saturday was no exception. His first pass was swatted by Andrew Van Ginkel on a rollout, but he bounced back, connecting with Jeshaun Jones and Tim Jones for touchdowns in the red zone 7-on-7 period. He also hit rookie Ty Felton for a solid gain against the starting defense. Is Howell locking down that QB2 spot, or do you think someone else could steal it? Howell's still adjusting to his third team in 3 years, and you can tell the Vikings defense is giving him fits. He got sacked by Jonathan Allen and Van Ginkel on one play, a reminder of how tough this unit is. Still, those touchdown passes show he's got potential to be a reliable backup for McCarthy. Vikings fans, how confident are you in Howell as QB2? Let's get your thoughts in the comments. The backup QB competition isn't just about Howell. Brett Rippon and rookie Max Brosmer are in the mix, too. Brosmer, the former Golden Gopher, got some solid reps on Saturday, including a nice throw to Dante Fleming to close out practice. With McCarthy as QB1, the Vikings need a dependable number 2. Who's your pick for the backup role? Sound off below. Rookie Max Brosmer is turning heads, and Vikings fans are starting to take notice. The undrafted free agent out of Minnesota got extended reps in Saturday's practice, the longest of camps so far. He connected with tight end Ben Urosek in red zone 7-on-7s and closed the day with a crisp completion to Dante Fleming. Could Brosmer be a surprise roster contender? Brosmer's college resume is legit. 268 completions in a single season at Minnesota, earning him a combine invite and East-West Shrine Bowl nod. His arm talent was on display, especially on that final throw to Fleming. With Sam Howell struggling at times, Brosmer's getting a real shot to climb the depth chart. What do you think of Brosmer's chances to make the team? Let's hear it. SKOL Nation. The Vikings QB room is all about depth and development behind McCarthy. Brosmer's local ties and gritty playstyle make him a fan favorite already. Whether he's QB3 or a practice squad stash, he's showing he belongs. Who's your favorite underdog on this roster? Drop it in the comments and let's show some love for the new guys. Time to give a shout out to Will Reichard, our kicking phenom. In the first kicking session of camp, Reichard went 5 for 6 despite some tricky wind at TCO Performance Center. He nailed field goals from 33, 40, 45, 50, and 54 yards, with his only miss a narrow one from 48 yards that went wide left. That leg strength is unreal, Vikings fans. Are we looking at the next great NFL kicker? Reichard's consistency is exactly what this team needs after years of up-and-down kicking. His 54-yarder showed off his range, and even with the miss, he looked confident. With no other kickers on the roster, Reichard's got the job locked down, but he's still out there proving why he's the guy. How clutch do you think Reichard will be this season? Let's talk special teams. Special teams could be a game-changer for the Vikings in 2025, and Reichard's leg is a big reason why. With the defense looking dominant and the offense finding its groove, a reliable kicker could be the difference in close games. SKOL Nation, what's your bold prediction for Reichard's rookie year? Hit the comments. The Vikings secondary is dealing with some question marks, but the depth is stepping up. With Josh Metellus sidelined by that minor ankle injury, plus Harrison Smith and Isaiah Rodgers not participating in team drills, Theo Jackson and Jay Ward got first-team reps at safety alongside Jeff Okudah and Mekhi Blackmon at corner. This unit's got talent, but can the backups hold it down if the starters miss time? Brian Flores' defense thrives on versatility, and we saw that on Saturday. Mekhi Blackmon was locking down receivers, while Jay Ward and Theo Jackson held their own against McCarthy and the offense. The loss of Cam Bynum in free agency hurts, but this group is deep. Vikings fans, who's your X factor in the secondary this year? Let's get that conversation going. With Metellus expected back Monday and Smith likely just getting veteran rest, this secondary should be fine. But the depth chart battles are real. Guys like Dwight McGlothern and Tavier Thomas are pushing for spots, too. How confident are you in this defensive backfield? Drop your thoughts below and let's break it down. As we wrap up this Vikings training camp update, let's look ahead to Monday's padded practice. The real fun starts when the hitting begins. J.J. McCarthy's got the arm and the poise, Jonathan Greenid's a wrecking ball, and players like Lucky Jackson and Max Brosmer are making noise. This roster is stacked, and with Brian Flores' defense looking elite, the Vikings are gearing up for a monster 2025 season. What's got you most hyped for this team? SKOL Nation, this is just the beginning. With pads coming on and joint practices with the Patriots looming, the intensity's about to crank up in Eagan. The Vikings are on a mission to bring a Super Bowl to Minnesota, and days like Saturday show they've got the talent to do it. Who's your MVP of camp so far? Let's hear it in the comments. If you're as pumped as I am about this Vikings team, smash that like button, drop your thoughts below, and subscribe for all the latest Vikings news. Share this with your fellow SKOL fans, and let's keep the energy high all season long. SKOL Vikings.